Hi everybody, welcome to Wendy's Workshop of Wonder. I have crystals hanging in the windows and of course at just the right time of day. Right now the sun is shining through and in a few minutes it'll be past. So I happen to be sitting here and wanted to share. I don't know if you can see it, the prisms all over the room from the crystal. So I'm up here in my workshop. Uh, my creative space where I do all kinds of things in here. So I mean, I've got everything from art supplies to reading to books to oracle cards to I have my sewing machine and I have my grandma's antique sewing box and just threads and ribbons and just things that I've collected over the years just to create whimsy and or to mend clothes, things that I love, or use my clothes creatively. So I just wanted to. I was just getting ready to work on a project, which I'll share with you in a moment. And I just noticed that it was just that time of day for the prisms. So again, I'm not sure if we'll be able to actually even see them on camera, but it just felt like the appropriate time to share that with you. And as I sit up here and I'm communicating with the Council of Nine, with the Fey realms, of course, with my own spirits reminding me of our magic, and how when we're in the state of creativity and joy, the immense benefits. And I think that they're all over the internet, the immense benefits of all of these things. I was just trying out a new mat that I got just to do some stretching. I'm by no means a yoga expert of any kind, but I was just trying out a new mat that I could do some stretching and relaxing and meditating. It's a little bit thicker, and so as we explore more and more of all that we are through our creative endeavors, and as we share those, we are inspiring each other to be more whimsical, to create the space that initiates creative excitement and growth and your inner child spirit. It could even just be one thing. I enjoy the creative processes of putting things on the walls even, and just being very open about where to put things and being instinctive. That's what I want to say. And you may have noticed the license plate in my video. I used to have the license plates on my car, instinct. And for a very long time, 13 years really, I believe it was. So that whole, quite the transformative time for me as well. And so it reminds me, though, to always follow our instincts, take that moment. Don't let your logical mind stop you from doing something that seems silly, weird, out of the ordinary. None of us are special in that we're all special. We're all unique. And in that, we're all special. So isn't that a beautiful paradox? So remind yourself that no matter what it is, doesn't matter what it is, it's the way you share it and the way someone else may receive it, and that beautiful trilogy, trinary of what that creates, that third thing. So anyway, I'm gonna go get my dinner in the oven, and I'll be back in a few minutes. I'm going to just share a little project that I was working with, that someone else's creativity that inspires my creativity. So be right back. Well, it's been a couple of hours. Dinner's still in the oven baking, and the sun has already pretty much getting ready to set. And so I'm glad I took the moment to share those prisms with all of you. So just another message for all of us to seize the moment. And there's my little window seat over there, so you can still see the trees through the window and how green it still is. I absolutely love that. And many of my little whimsical things around. So there's my prism crystal. And one of my guardians. One of the things I've always been especially fond of are handmade gifts, creations from people's, own hands. And I've made over the years as many gifts as I could when appropriate. And I always handmade the gifts because I always felt it just had that special touch about it. So I'm always excited to find handmade things, and because I appreciate that so much. So many years ago, I was in a little feed store, and I grew up near a little town called Wadsworth in Illinois, very tiny. And there was like one little tiny road, not even barely a block long, and one of the only established businesses there was a feed store, and it was an animal feed store, and it was run by a farm. The farm was in another location, and it just carried a variety, all kinds of animal feed, from dogs to bunnies to equine, and everything else. And so they sold a lot of different things, flower seeds, and just, I'm trying to remember some of the other things that they sold, but dog treats, handmade, homemade dog treats from the farm. And they always had a variety up on the shelves of handmade items, birdhouses made of all different sizes and shapes. And there was a lot of things that were made out of gourds. And I spotted something on the shelf, and it had been up there a while. It was pretty covered in dust. And I've shared this many years ago, probably when I first got it on this channel. And I was always enamored by it, the intricacy of the work, and how also, because we are living parallel lives simultaneously, I've always felt like we leave ourselves things, breadcrumbs. It's our consciousness anyway. Our consciousness is creating all of this. So we leave ourselves breadcrumbs, and a lot of them may even spark something that was then but is applicable now when you look at it. And even for me, for some reason, I know part of the reason, but it immediately showed me a lot of the synchronicities for myself over the years, and one of which is the symbol that's actually on this object that I found. And at the time, it represented the earth, lights, the languages of light, creativity. And I've always been looking for ways to make my own space, as I said, more whimsical, from hanging lights to interesting lighting. I was looking for some other things I have around me, but hand-carved candle holders and things like that emit different shapes on the walls. And one of the things I found, this is what I found, this big gourd. So the grandmother would make these items, and she would sell them on the shelf for anybody who came into the feed store. So she actually hand carved this out of this big giant gourd, and she hollowed it out. And if you see, she made very small cuts with a jigsaw to let the light through. And this blue circle, it still means so many different things to me now. And if you guys watch the webinar we just did of the energies of 9 and the council of 9 and the cycles of 9 and the 9 powers, the ninth chakra is a sphere, and we explained that in the video. So it reminded me of that. It gave me that connection to the cycle of 9, the council of 9, and then even the symbology here for me, just the way it's been painted with the placement of where the lights are, and I just fell in love with this. So the light, it's a very simple construction, and I'm in the process of actually repairing it because the glue had fallen off. So as you can see, well, there's her signature. So it was from 2013. And so as you can see, it's just, and I'm not sure if this was already something that, I think she hand cuts all of this too. So I think she hand cut all of this piece of wood. And as you can see, she attached an old Swiss Miss container and used the plastic, and then she simply threaded a switch, a little switch and the little light bulb, and just threaded it through it. So it's actually a very clever and simple design. So it's fallen off, as you can see, a couple of times. The glue is really thick and kind of knobby. So I'm in the process of smoothing this out and reaffixing it to the base, so you can see the whole thing. And when this lights up the room in the dark, it just casts the most amazing things across the ceiling. It kind of gives me the chills because it makes me feel like a little kid again with stars across the ceiling. Even when we moved into this house, the master bedroom, and I don't think I noticed it right away because it probably hadn't had enough light to charge it up. But above my bed is a star. It's just a 5-pointed star, but it's a little star, and it's painted in glowing paint, glow in the dark paint, but very faint, and it just emits this soft kind of green glow on the ceiling. So I thought that was kind of cool. And so it's not dark enough in here to probably show you what this looks like, although I did plug it in to see if we would be able to even just get an idea. And maybe I'll come back in the room in a little while, and when it's dark out, and turn it on and see if you guys can see anything in the camera. But I just adore this, and it's like I can tap into her energy, her love, her creativity, even the things that she was thinking about when she was creating this. And I just thought it was amazing that, it was the grandma in the family that created all these beautiful things. And there were other things created by other members of the family as well. But she just, this is really just, the child lit up, the child inside of me lit up, literally. So, let's see if I don't know if you'll be able to really tell much of anything right now. Yeah, it's hard to tell because obviously I turned the light on, but you won't be able to really see anything, of course, in the room. So a little kind of the idea of a jack-o'-lantern, the pumpkin idea. So yeah, I'll come back and show you guys when it's dark and see if I can see the light in the room. But so the interesting thing is Dave and I was just talking about this morning, and I was like, yeah, I'll have to get it, and I've been wanting to repair it so that I can see what it looks like in different rooms. And so I just walked into my closet where I store all of my all of my art supplies of every different kind, whether it's sewing or painting or drawing or creative arts of all different kinds. And so, anyway, I walked right in there and I knew right where it was, and I just grabbed it and was inspired to share it with all of you. So, yes, I'll come back later and give you a little shine in the room and see, because yeah, it's really hard to tell here. So, um, maybe we can see with the blinds down. Okay, I guess not, because the bulb just went out. So I have to go find a replacement bulb. But there it is, you guys, and just wanted to inspire a little creative moment with all of you, an appreciation of anything you make, no matter what it is, anything you create is a part of the best parts of all that you are. Lias Masha Antoya is an Akikia, a Mashanoki, because they come from a place of inner joy and an expression of the most unique creativity, because we're all unique, we're all beautiful, and we're all special. And the things that makes and again, the things that makes us not special is that we're all unique in that sense. Again, I keep hearing that. And since we're talking about stars, let's see what the magical spirit, our inner magical spirit, has to say. I've been feeling a lot of my own Pleiadian guide energies as well, because I feel a lot of Pleiadian energy when I'm involved in creative endeavors. And I just think that they're very excited about the things that we do, and when we're creating music and tones, and it also reminds me of our own Lemurian and Atlantis connections, and the information that we bring through, and how we understand about healing through light and sound and crystals. Oh, that's really funny. You're a badass came up again. I mean, the whole deck fell out of my hand. The fairy again. Blessings, flow, magical energy. Darling, don't you remember you're a badass? Keep winging it. So that is really the funniest thing these last few days, how no matter how many times I shuffle before and after, how sometimes the same message comes through. It is the funniest thing. My whole deck must be upside down now. Okay. Your energy is valuable. Protect it well. The protectress. Strength, boundaries, amulet. Is that what it says? Amulet. Number 9. There it is, you guys. Number 9. Look at the creative energy pouring out of her. And knowing that you've got it. You know, your higher self has got you. Your energy is valuable. The things that you create, and you're guided by the stars, you're guided by your higher self. Your heart is your amulet. That is, you're always protected. You're always, it's within you. You already are protected, because you are strength. You are creativity. Your heart is the amulet that you wear. That is the place of creativity. When you're creating from your heart, every single part of your chakra systems are involved. Every part of them. And I'm also hearing about removing the boundaries. Removing the boundaries that you've set for yourself, and allow that creative energy to flow through meditation, through your dream state, through looking at the stars. Your heart is your protection. I am hearing as we open our hearts and we let down these invisible boundaries that we've got, it opens up that creativity. And when you never doubt that you are always protected, whatever that means to you, everyone's creative process is surrounded by the protection of your heart. I'm not even sure how to interpret that. And again, the cycles, we're completing this cycle. It's starting, it's time for something new. It is time, it is time for something new, for all of us to let into our lives. What if your strangeness is actually your brilliance? The moon, and the moon is just full. We're coming right off of the full moon. We're still in that full moon energy. Duality, hidden gem, secret power. Number 4. And as we look at the 2025, we see 2 and 2 is 4. And as we were just saying, as they were just saying, the Pleadians were just saying, what if your strangeness, what if your uniqueness is actually your brilliance? And there she is looking at the moon and the stars. She's breathing the stars. You are the gem. You are your own gem. Go look at the moon and remember. And the moon allows us to see the dark in the light in the dark. The moon is the symbol of duality. You are your own secret power. Your uniqueness is the hidden gem. The duality is your negative belief systems. But your secret power is you, being you to the fullest. Now, life is Mashadoko inte Savashanoku Kieva Amaya Lazimativismat into Karamo Vache Kaliala Ato Kayala. Kesha.